Are you tired of your underperforming dice? Are your bad dice a source of contention for your gaming group? Sick of rolling natural 1 after natural 1? We can help. At metallicdicegames.com, the large selection of premium dice and accessories are guaranteed to improve your game. Look good and feel even better showing up to your game night with the highest quality dice on the market. Even better, get 10% off any purchase using the promo code RBP10. Go from chump to champ, from zero to hero, by bringing Metallic Dice Games products to your next session. Make the right decision and use promo code RBP10 to save some green while rolling those 20s. Don't delay, order now. Operators are standing by.
Warning, this podcast contains mature content, including scenes or descriptions of graphic violence, sexuality, and psychological trauma. Listener discretion is advised.
The Rancor's Brothel presents Impossible Landscapes. A Delta Green campaign by Dennis Detweiler. At this point, I think that we are at the table talk of general consensus, clue following notes. We have reached a crescendo in the aspect of the game.
It's probably a good time to start to wind down.
No, I really need to know what you think, what your plans are, what you want to do from this point forward.
In game, you guys haven't seen this letter unless I find you and show it to you, right?
You're all in the same house, so it wouldn't take long to find it.
And I would do that. So I would bring you the letter. You can read it. That's what it says. It is what it is. I'm not sure how you react to it.
Can we go over the good font again?
Yeah.
You can share that in the chat if you want, Lucas. There's nothing wrong with that.
Get my phone to unlock. I will.
Flynn, int by 5, please.
Fail.
All right. Good luck.
Okay. I just shared it to the Impossible chat group.
I've got no strings to hold me down.
So it talks about going to the hotel, which apparently there's a labyrinth in there. There's an author in the bottle. Now we were told about a bottle, but we were told about someone else's bottle, not the
trying
author,
to get
right?
Wild's bottle.
Right.
I agreed.
I don't believe he's
he's
the author, though, right?
The author.
Would Bale be the author?
You need
as the creator.
I don't know that it's saying it's the author's bottle. I think it's just listing.
It literally says his bottle.
Correct. The author could be a woman. I think it is just making a list. The hotel, the labyrinth, the author, the bottle. Like it's just making a list.
The city, which is capitalized. The is capitalized for the city. Lake, it's shadow. I think we kind of have an idea what that is.
So
the battle, I don't remember. Battle.
We've had reference to this hotel before now, yes?
No. Well,
Brothel bin?
just recently.
Daniel, idea by 3.
Like tonight,
Int.
recently.
Yeah, int by 3.
So there is no ideal.
Int by 3. I feel like that's unbelievably generous. I shouldn't even let you roll it, but int by 3 because you're being a clever player, and I shouldn't punish clever play.
What's 14 times 3? 30.
4 times 3 is 12. 42. Right?
That's way off. No, wait.
Bale said it.
Oh, 28 plus 10 is 38. 42.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Still got better math skills than you.
I've never
4.5 drinks in.
I've never claimed to be good at math. Can't do math.
Don't you work in the sciences?
I don't got to do math. I got a calculator for everything.
Same.
That's actually a crit fail. 99.
Perfect.
Bale said it when he was on the phone. He said something about a hotel battle ban. Something about after she jumps,
The book will be on the tower.
take the book to the tower.
Take the book to the tower, or
Yeah.
will the book, or is she jiving from the tower where the book will be left?
Pretty sure he said take the book or move the book to the tower.
It's amazing how much faith folks put in the moleskin.
All hail the moleskin.
I mean, other people can take notes.
I know, I don't disagree.
No,
I'm
we
just... Welcome to the Rancor's Brothel, Flynn.
Only one person at the table was allowed to take notes in every game.
That's never been a rule.
It's an unwritten rule, Cody.
Not even once.
So what's the question?
We were trying to figure out where.
He's trying to figure out where
Hotel
else he's heard
Broadleman.
Hotel Broadleman.
I mean, it
for.
appeared in a vision, like when we were chasing the
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. I was just wanting to confirm that that's where one place we seen it
Yeah.
in a vision.
So then, were those visions? Were those visions the labyrinth? And was the bottle we already drank out of?
We seen people.
Mason jar.
Sorry,
That was a mason jar. Okay,
seen people dancing through the translucent ceiling.
Okay.
So there was a party going on there.
Wild has talked about a bottle. He couldn't describe what it had in it,
He said it was.
but
his,
some
though.
people have it. Some people don't. Someone in the cotton candy room mentioned, John, have you found your bottle? He says he doesn't think he needs it, which Dr. Friend was kind of bothered by. Deborah was asked what happened at the hotel, or we asked Deborah what happened at the hotel, and she said, JC can't take you there.
Okay, we had to find JC. So apparently JC's already at the hotel.
Nothing. The quote, "Nothing is true except out is through." That's basically how we got out, right? The king kept saying,
you have to go deeper. You have to.
basically the king said, "Out is through," and he took us there.
Lucas in by 5.
Success.
Adrian thinks back to Adrian thinks back to the Boxer Hotel.
Okay.
Adrian thinks about the west window.
Okay.
There was a description I had of the west window and the hotel room.
I mean, other than the fact that it was walled up.
Right. There was a description of that hotel room having, I'd have to look it up, something about like towels and signs and stuff that involved the letter B.
Was it someone's luggage or something? Did we find a suitcase in there?
There was initials on the. I think there was initials on the briefcase that.
It occurs to you that the hotel through the dream window was not the same as the Boxer Hotel.
It's the Hotel Broadleman, ideally.
It's possible. I'm going to throw that out there.
Okay.
We play these games weeks and weeks apart, so sometimes I will try and make rolls to give you guys things that you may not remember. And there were references to B in terms of the hotel. So at least comes up to you as an option. I'm not saying that that's true or false. I'm just tossing it out there as other ideas your characters could reasonably conclude if this was happening within 2 or 3 consecutive days.
Okay. So Deborah mentioned JC.
She did. She did indeed.
Who was Deborah?
You weren't there.
Correct.
Okay.
Deborah was a young lady who
Intimated.
my character met and had a short conversation about a hotel.
Flirtatious conversation.
She
She made him eat a bug.
We ate bugs and tripped out. It was fun.
You had a seizure in which you had a vision of a hotel.
It was fun.
What did they do with my body?
I crushed my bug.
What did they do with my body after, you guys checked me and found out I was dead?
I dragged you away.
They just
okay.
dragged you
Ed
away.
dragged you out of the room.
Which what I woke up to probably.
Yeah, that's weird too.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google
Sure.
JC Lens and also the Broadle Band and some sort of cross-referencing of the two.
Holy shit, we're going to do some fucking investigation in this game? God damn it.
We've been investigating the entire time.
Not effectively.
Yeah, we have.
If you don't want us to play, Grady, get new players. Like, seriously, dude.
Just have us go to another mall because we're going to go in and just have us all get shot again and then just get a whole new set of new players.
I mean, this idea has merit.
Start from scratch.
We never played it like this before.
I didn't know. Give me a second, Troy.
And if I remember right, my last character was doing a lot of cross-reference researching in the Boxer hotel room until he went for a swim.
Yeah. No.
Learn to swim, bro.
I literally went down a rabbit hole, IRL, that I probably shouldn't have when I learned about the Ars Goetia.
We had any other references to a labyrinth though, aside from like every room hallway we walk through becomes one.
Troy, roll.
Beautiful bean footage.
Yeah. I need to see how good you are at Googling.
I got 40 SIGINT.
I'll give you SIGINT plus 20.
Wouldn't it just be computer science?
Computer science is 42.
Computer science, technically, like Lucas says, is correct.
Either way, is your
SIGINT is more like interpretation of data.
Pass.
You pull up a little information about J.C. Linz. J.C. Linz was a writer of weird fiction, like roughly early 1930s, like 32, 33, roughly. There's some things in the Wikipedia article about J.C. Linz that they think he might have been a bank robber fleeing from the law. J.C. Linz disappears in 1934 and is never heard from again. May have been earlier, may have been later. There's lots of speculation that he owed the mob money. There's speculation that it was a bank robbery gone wrong. There's speculation he fled to Canada. No real, at least in your Google search, definition of what may or may not have happened to J.C. Linz.
What can I learn about the Hotel Broadalbin? Like more than just like it may have a website or something, but like trying to search maybe like the history of something like that.
Yeah, that might be good to know.
Solid. No, it's good. It's a good question. Give me a second here.
Which I also want to do for McAllister.
Who knows? It could be like the Cecil Hotel and be really f***ed up. I'd like to know that before we go. Right? That's the correct name, right? Wasn't it called the Cecil Hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cecil.
Madam.
Cecil, madam. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I'm going to just assume Broadalbin's going to be another McAllister building.
Nothing shows up in terms of Hotel Broadalbin. You don't find any record of anything named Hotel Broadalbin.
It's got 4.3 stars.
Where's it located?
Well, the thing said New York.
New York, yeah.
Huh, all right then.
Rooms are pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's because it's haunted and crazy. And
I mean, it's also post-COVID, so they're probably cheap right now.
I am legitimately surprised. Will you please pull the wiki if there is one for the Hotel Broadalbin? Because I'm interested. I've never actually Googled this.
Way to prep, bro.
Well, there are certain things that are written that are made reference to.
That's probably fair.
It's like Googling Azathoth. I just assume that it's some shit that Lovecraft made up.
Historic hotel at 59 West Main Street in Broadalbin, Fulton County, New York.
Huh. Well, there we go.
Recently renovated and reopened in July 2019 as a full-service hotel.
Fascinating.
Just about timing, really.
Built in 1854.
All right. I want to go check out the Hotel Broadalbin then. I legitimately, everything else that you've Googled, I've kind of been prepared for. That legitimately is like a goddamn curveball for me. I did not expect it to show up. So,
well, I mean, there was a piece of paper here, like a masthead with Broadalbin, New York. So I figured there'd be some information about it.
That's not at all what I expected based on what is written in Impossible Landscape. So that's surprising to me. In that case, for the moment, we will ignore that Google search. For now, let's see where that investigation goes. I may caveat that later. Okay. We'll put a pin in that.
But as far as the information you have, it does not say anything about an actual Hotel Broadalbin.
Correct. That's why I want to kind of see. Let me see what you guys asked next, and then maybe I'll caveat that, put a pin in it. Yeah.
My initial thought before we learned about this Hotel Broadalbin was I wanted to research. What was her last name? Abby Wright, and I don't know if we might have done that before, but try to research her more, or again, and the McAllister building.
It doesn't take long. I mean, some of you are, I think Gideon's an FBI agent. Like, you can get the missing persons report that was filed by Thomas Wright, 1995, I believe. Girl goes missing. Nothing further. Like, you're not gonna get any farther than that.
I think we looked at this because then we try to like look up, Thomas Wright's Facebook photo, and we made the joke about how it was the bottom down view for his Facebook profile pic.
What about McAllister?
In terms of the McAllister building, you see that it's funded by a group called Art Life. That appears to be like an artist in residence place. I don't know if you want to go farther than that or not, but that's the initial search.
Like, when was it built? Who currently owns it?
Computer science.
How does
Art Life currently owns it? That's what you know. Art Life has owned it since like the mid 90s and turned it into a residence for artists, low cost, to live in the city.
Crit success.
Ooh, crit success. Yeah. it. Roll sand.
Oh, yeah. Just under.
Pass.
Yeah.
Call it 1. The McAllister, let me find the exact details. The McAllister building is, the McAllister building was built in 1924. For a, I believe it's for, let me double check for sure. Don't mark this down. I know the last name for sure. I believe it's for, it's, for a Henry Lundine.
We've heard that name.
Given the crit success, I will go ahead and toss this out to you. There are a series of mysterious deaths at the Lundine home.
At the Lundine home, not at the McAllister.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the dates for you.
Wasn't he the psychopath that like murdered his family or something?
It's a different guy.
It's a different guy.
There is because it was a crit success. Hold on. Let me try and figure this out. There is a suicide in 1950 at the McAllister building. One Charles Lundine. I need to find another obscure date. Give me a second on that.
Was that in the Lundine house or?
That would have been at the Lundine house.
Just said at the McAllister.
Well, I'm trying to call it McAllister so that you know what it is. The Lundine.
Wait, the Lundine house is the McAllister?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that changed everything.
That's what I asked the first time.
I was making sure that it was understood. It was billed as the Lundine home.
Okay.
1950, Charles Lundine commits suicide. 1953, the Star Corporation purchases the Lundine estate. 1967, the Art Life Corporation purchases the McAllister building from the Star Corporation.
And did they name it that?
It's a little sort of misunderstood. Either Star or Art Life renamed it.
Okay.
Give me a second. I need to give you some more information. Goodness gracious.
So it's been with Art Life for nearly 50 years.
That appears to be correct based on the information that I am seeing. I want to see if this has more. You can find a construction permit for Lundine in 1921, completed 1924. I know you guys might be surprised, but McAllister shows up a lot. So when I just search McAllister, it takes me a minute. Give me a second here.
Feel free to give all information.
I mean, it's a crit success, so I feel like I definitely require some significant information.
Out of game, I kind of want to remember who was the. Does anyone remember what year our night floors took place in?
95.
Yeah.
You find out that a man by the name of Asa Daribondi, Daribondi, was the architect of the McAllister building.
Now, not to be like pedantic, but was he the architect of the Lundine house, or did he like redesign
the Lundine
it?
house?
Okay.
He designed the Lundine house.
The original.
Correct. The building has not changed. I mean, you don't know this, but the building has not changed much since it was the Lundine house. I need to check. There are two other bits of information I want to give you. Wait. Henry Lundine, the father of Charlie, also died in the home.
Do we have a year on that?
Let me look. I'm in another bit of information I want to give you. I will look up Charles Lundine here in a minute in the thing. I believe it's the year that it was sold, but let me double check that. The only surviving relative, as far as you know, is Ava Lundine, EVA, who also was the major financial backer of the Trevelino Mall.
Nice.
She a daughter?
Yes. Charles. Oh wait, hold on. I may have given you the wrong dates here. Charles Lundine dies 1950.
Yeah, you said that.
Okay, sorry. Hold on. I'm looking up the wrong name. I'm getting my Lundines confused.
Get your Lundines in order.
Henry is the father.
Correct.
It doesn't specify. Henry has to die between 1950 and 1953. I'm going to guess it's later in that time period. I don't actually know when. I'm not finding a date. I will look further, but
Okay.
Henry Lundine does not come up as Henry Lundine died this time frame.
Does it specify?
He died of a stroke in the house. So his son, which I believe the name I gave you is Charles, killed himself in the house. Henry died a few years later, apparently of a stroke. The house was sold. So that's what your critical success Google search gives you. Anything else anybody wants to go over?
Yeah, sure, we're still moving.
Yeah, we should be solid for a while.
Can I Google this Asa Darabandi to see what other buildings they may have architected?
I will give you that Google. You can give me a roll, Troy.
Oh, just a bit outside.
Anything else anybody wants to do?
I'm going to inspect the sigil of Malthus.
It appears to be a perfect sigil of Malthus.
Carved into the ground, drawn on.
Carved into the hardwood.
Okay. I'm going to open the front door.
Sure.
I mean, is the front door locked?
No.
Okay.
As I say that, probably. Like, you probably have to flip the deadbolt.
Okay.
Like, but when you flip it and you open it, it's got that realtor padlock thing on the
Okay.
other side.
So, okay.
We step outside. It's a sandy environment. There's sandworms.
Yeah.
So pumped for Dune.
It wasn't the reference, but also yes.
Dune's the only reference.
I mean, I'm sure that there was some crossover of where he got that idea from.
The Litany of Fear definitely feels very DG-ish,
Oh, yeah.
except you f*** it up. Anything else you want to... I mean, as you open the door, it appears to be a nice, warm, late summer, early fall day in Massachusetts.
Okay, so here's my thinking. So the sigil to Malthus. Malthus is a demon, sometimes referred to as, or depicted in the shape of a stork. So to me, it's like we were delivered from that realm into this realm. Someone carved this to summon us, maybe at the bidding of Baal. So someone had to get in here, which would have required the realtor to let them in, or at least a realtor code on that lockbox. So we could contact Patricia McSwain and ask, who did you have visit?
Was it Malthus or Malthus?
Thus.
Phas.
Oh,
Yes, that's what I thought.
okay. Well,
Scratch that.
Can you?
To answer your Google, and then I'm going to let you guys discuss a little bit. Asa Darabandi, you have some Google searches, appears to be a controversial architect in the 20s and 30s, known for constructing what is called air quote thought buildings, end quote. Your search sucks, but you find that there are a series of books about Darabandi. Apparently, he is a particular individual that is considered controversial, freewheeling, existential, what do I want to say? Trend-setting, insane, blah, blah, blah. Your search sucks, so that's all I'm going to give you. But you get the sense that there's a lot of debate about him from the 20s and 30s as an architect. Lucas, go ahead.
Would you be able to look up public record of who currently owns this house?
is it new construction?
It's not that old. Last 10, 15 years.
Because whoever owns it, ideally, is the one who scraped this thing in the ground.
You do get the sense moving around that it's not like it's an occupied home.
Yeah.
That's
Doesn't
set up.
matter. Whoever owns it, owns it. I'm just curious whose name is on the deed right now. And
I'm assuming that's
whether
probably-
or not it's important.
It's owned by the realtor or under the realtor, but I
Could be
will-
bank owned. It could
Computer
be-
science.
Oh yeah, I don't have computer science on this character. So
What 6?
It appears to, as you kind of are Googling around, it appears to be bank-owned repo, was formerly rented out, and now it looks like the market is better, so they're considering reselling for value.
that's fine. I just wasn't sure.
Like I said, it smells like fresh paint. You're not finding clothes in the closet, nothing like that.
What connection was Malthus?
That is the sigil on the living room floor where you woke up.
Is there a basement?
No.
Is there an attic?
An attic was the next question.
Probably yes. A small one.
Garage attic, probably access.
Probably in the house. I don't know that there's a garage per se.
Okay.
There might be a small garage, but there's probably a room above it kind of situation.
It's one of those narrow things. You got to push the thing up out of the way.
Correct. Yeah.
What does it look like the sigil's made of?
It looks like it's just carved into the hardwood floor.
So just like carving, there's no
metal, no steel, no fibers, no paint,
no mercury.
No mercury. I know you're all on this mercury train, but there is no mercury.
Well, he's another president, and that's what his seal is supposed to be made into summon him. So I'm just
Are you taking back the
crossing all the lines?
I mean, it doesn't apply, but it's still someone carved this.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
It's a locked door.
I just didn't know if you wanted to discuss Malthus instead of Malthus.
I have that Malthus is a great prince of hell, governing 40 legions of demons. Malthus buildeth houses, high towers, and strongholds, and he casteth down the same stones atop the heads of a conjurer's enemies. He can destroy enemies' thoughts and desires, give good familiars, and quickly bring artificers together from all places of the world. He is guised as the crow whenever lacking compulsion to wear the face of men.
Yes, crow pants.
Cool. Totally crow pants.
You just read the Malthus description, right?
Yeah.
That's on the PH, yeah?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, it's pretty much summons everything. The website is in a different order, but it's pretty much all the same information that this gives too. So,
I mean, if we're not finding anything else, like anything that pops out as a clue, no, I got nothing.
I'm going to call Patricia McSwain.
Okay.
Or I guess I would look up and see, does she have an office nearby?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
There is an office for Century 21 or something like that.
So it might be easier to go throw around some clout.
You can call the office if that's what you want to do. That's probably the number.
I'll give it a call.
Hello, Century 21. This is Stacy. How can I help you?
Hi, Stacy. Can I talk to Patricia McSwain?
I'm sorry, she's out of the office. Can I take a message?
Do you know when she'll be back in?
I'm not sure. Sorry. It looks like her calendar's pretty full for the next few days.
Okay. Yeah, I just have a question about one of her properties.
Sure. What can I answer for you?
I'm really going to need to talk to her. So,
I mean, I'm more than happy to assist you, sir. I can try and put through a message, but it may be a while. What is the nature of your question?
I need some information on one of her properties, specifically individuals who have been given access to the property.
Sure. I mean, no one is allowed inside the properties unless there's a current homeowner, unless they're a member of Century 21. So only our folks and our approved contractors are ever given access to the homes.
Okay. So you would have record of the past couple days who Patricia would have taken through the house or what contractors may have been.
Absolutely. Is there a particular reason why you ask?
Yes, I'm it's a part of an investigation.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I would have to talk to our council and everything, but we are always happy to conform with all laws and statutes of the given area of Boston.
That's great.
Yep.
So,
I mean, like bureaucracy, if you'd like to know things.
That is bureaucracy. 53 under 61.
She will answer some sort of middling half-assed question at this point because you've sort of somehow proved to Stacy that you're a law officer. So if you have kind of a minor question, she'll answer.
I mean, really, I just want to know last 3 days, individuals who have been taken through.
That house has just recently been renovated. So no one's been in it for the last week or so. There were some movers and a couple of painters, but no one's been in the house in the last 4 or 5 days outside of our contractors.
So the movers and the painters specifically?
Yes, but it's been about 5 days since those folks came in. We're getting ready for an open house. And that's very obvious on the flyers, like the open house is in a couple days.
Okay.
And the house does smell of paint. And
can I get the name of the painting company and the moving company?
Yes. She gives you Ace Moving Company and Johnson Painters.
Acme Painters.
All right. Thank you, Stacy. You've been wonderful.
Have a great day.
Bye. Okay. I'm going to do a quick check around the house. Any windows unlocked?
You also see that the house is listed online.
Okay.
If you want to see, it's like click here for a virtual tour.
I'll click through the virtual tour.
The main thing
specifically the space.
Right. The main thing you're looking for is that the symbol. There is no symbol on the floor in the virtual tour.
Okay. Is there like a rug that they placed during the...
No.
Okay.
The virtual tour was taken. It looks like the photos say that they were updated 3 days ago.
Okay.
So after the movers and the painters came in, there is no symbol on the floor.
Okay.
So the symbol on the floor would have had to have literally been done in the last 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
During which no one officially entered the home.
I'll do a quick search of the house, look for windows that are ajar, that are unlocked.
The house is secure as far as you can tell. No windows are unlocked, no doors are ajar.
This is literally a portal from the other reality we were in, so it could have easily been someone else from that reality.
Any other investigative questions?
To be fair, everything was locked from the inside, so where'd that person go?
That's what I was looking for.
Could have gone back through, maybe. The only other person that came through was Bale.
That we know of.
Well,
I mean, plenty of other people could have came.
He's the only
before.
other one that we know that drank from the jar.
Where is Bale, by the way? Where'd he go?
It's a good question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Probably back home.
And why was he so reluctant to help us to begin with?
He wasn't that reluctant. I mean,
Did you guys have to talk him into it, or
not really.
He was kind of willing.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean,
He seemed confident he would see us again,
yeah.
which was uncomfortable. So it was more like he was humoring us.
or were his playthings?
Yeah, pretty much how that went.
Any other investigative questions?
So
Should we go back to the hotel? Or
You have no car. Also, yes.
we got Uber.
We can just
Probably.
walk down to the Dorchester house and get our car.
Also, yes.
So where do we stand on what we think this is, what's going on? Because I think that's going to determine how we move forward.
That is a great question that your handler would like to know moving forward. What is the next mode of action?
I mean, I think our best bet is to follow the note written by Abby.
I think we go to New York.
That's the obvious
So
way to go, but
that is...
to connect everything together, I have no idea. I think the Patsu has a bigger part to play.
Probably.
I still think that's the contamination that, like, again, I also think it's the book as well, The King in Yellow. But this Patsu seemed really important to that other reality for whatever reason. Like I said, it was both weird to the doctor when none came out of me, and it was weird to the King Bale, when I told him that the vial was empty. But then he just said, like, what, you're new around here or something, or you're, something along those lines.
Patsu is f***ing Baiwandine.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, not that the well's dried up here, but we've done a lot in Boston. I think we need to go to New York now.
We've
and
done
see
a
what's
lot,
there.
but we haven't really done a lot, right?
Correct.
There
That's why I
is
said the
still
well's not
Dorchester
dry.
house.
The well's not dry, but we've done
It's
a lot.
still
here.
standing. So
There
my
are threads in
question
other
is,
places that we haven't touched yet.
But what are we tugging those threads? What's our ultimate goal?
We go to a hotel and find Lacey. That's what the note said to do.
That's what a note from a mysterious golden child created in your mind by this thing that wants to replicate itself. So are we going to help it? Is that the goal now?
It didn't seem harmful. Didn't seem like it was hostile.
Idea. In by 5 rolls.
A lot of time drug dealers aren't like upfront hostile either because they want you to buy their product.
But then they're always suspecting you're a cop, so.
You a cop?
You tell me if you're a cop.
In by 5, yes.
Crit pass.
Crit pass.
Yes.
Mr. Fancy.
I failed.
I think it's the first time I've crit succeeded this whole game.
Perfect. You're going to hate it.
Awesome.
Fail, don't worry about it. Passes, roll sand. Luke is 1d4.
Always with the same.
Do I still roll sand or just roll the d4?
No, you just roll the d4 because you crit passed. You really realize
Automatic
Pass.
fail. I mean, it was a pass, but
It's 1.
We'll call it 0 if you pass.
Pass.
You 3 technically because it's not him, but you 3 have now missed your meeting with Winston.
Okay.
Just to throw that on the fire as well.
Did we ever really intend to get back with Winston?
I don't know, but you don't have that opportunity anymore.
That's the second part. So like we follow the threats, right? We keep investigating.
Sure.
We try to find Abigail. I feel like it's going to take us back into the night world. It's going to take us, we're going to have to go deeper.
Probably.
Right. That where we were sucked. It was really bad.
Yep.
And it seems to be growing, or at least trying to grow.
Yes.
Right. So do we want to stop it?
That's the idea, yeah.
Okay. So what does that involve?
I don't know. You know, the thing is it sucks that I didn't have much more time with Whitwer because he seemed to have an idea, or maybe it was just his tone of voice, but you know, he was wanting to destroy it too. That was what he wanted to do, was he wanted to destroy it. He says, we gotta get out of here, we gotta destroy it. But
I'd say we're a little Patsu committed.
Not bad.
Something to stab
5 out of
with,
10
please.
punch.
I'm with it. Yeah, I said it. I don't regret it.
And I suppose at this point you all sort of stand in this living room and debate your next actions. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use that excuse that we use in every podcast. This is a very complicated game, and we haven't played in like 6 weeks. So we're going to use a little bit of DM fiat here, a little bit of handler caveat. You guys have some stuff. I'll give you that you've recovered your car. There's a lot of talking we did afterwards that I don't know what you actually did or did not do, even after listening to the audio for like 15 minutes before we started recording. So also I must have had some to drink because
You're a little toasty.
that does not surprise me. Excuse me while I have a beer.
Yes, you can usually tell how drunk Grady is by how many fate points he gives out.
So, question. So essentially, I'm going to give it to you guys on the afternoon of what day, Flynn?
I think it's the 12th because we missed 9/11.
I'm pretty sure we
forgot.
did. Yep, you forgot.
Damn it.
So it's the 12th. I'm going to say it's mid-afternoon. You have recovered you have a vehicle in your possession. You have all your stuff. You have equipment. You are able to do whatever it is you want to do. There was talk of returning to Boxer 616. There's talk of going to the Dorchester house. You also have this this house that is basically abandoned. I mean, it's ready for sale. I believe Gideon even called Century 21 to see the last people who were in the house. So you have options. So I'm just going to sort of put you on a suburban street, maybe just a couple blocks down from the Dorchester. It's September 12th, hot afternoon. You're sitting there with the AC on, the four of you in the vehicle trying to decide what to do.
do we want to try to get fake plates?
I mean, criminology, Daniel. What's your criminology score?
It is 60.
I mean, you know that you don't even need to get fake plates. Like, you can swap plates on a car from even just, I mean, you could just steal somebody's plates, and as long as you don't do anything dumb and have your
Right.
plates run.
Yeah, but that's the problem is do we want to just swap plates with a random car and then get pulled over and then get questioned by the police? Or do we want to try to make some fictitious plates?
You would know criminology, getting fictitious plates would be harder. It's doable.
Yeah,
but it
obviously.
would be significantly harder.
Yes.
I mean, even getting plates that aren't the plates on this car, like if for some reason the program has your plates, right? They can just put a APB out and, you know, look for these plates. They could possibly get us pulled
Right,
over. If
You're
we
regardless.
just
you're also in a rental car.
Right, but say
I
regardless,
thought we had your car.
we have Roderick's car.
Roderick's
Yeah.
car. Roderick's rental car?
No, Roderick's
Roderick's-
actual
Yeah, 'cause
car.
he lived in Boston.
Okay, so
Yes.
we all, you're right. We do have a rental car we probably need to get back because I'm not paying a late fee. But that I feel like is just as traceable, right? They just call
Yes.
the rental car place and like, oh, you know.
I mean, it's
whatever.
probably easier to get Roderick plates out than it is to figure out what
Yeah.
company we got a rental car from. But
There are enough folks here that would know that it is entirely possible in 2015 in a major metropolitan city that a rental car may even be low-jacked.
You're going to have to tell me what that is.
They may have exact GPS locations
Oh,
where
yeah,
that car
okay.
is at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, it might just be better to take Roderick's car.
Oh, I think so. 100%. Yeah.
again, do we want to switch out the plates?
No one's reporting a dead man's car or calling in for a dead man's car.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, there's really nothing that would connect us to Roderick's car, right?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be investigating
Homeboy's
them anyways.
dead. Yeah, we're not investigating, well, the four that came before. No, that was not the program's mantra. That was the encounter group, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we might actually be okay with just rolling in Roderick's car. I mean, there's probably something we're missing and we're probably going to get pulled over and shot, but it's fine.
So you're within a couple minutes of the Dorchester house. You're within a couple minutes of the house that's on the market that you've already been in. You're obviously, probably not quite suburbs of Boston, but you're outside city proper. You have a number of options of what you want to do. So what do you want to do?
So just take Roderick's car without getting any other plates.
I mean, if we're wanting to switch out a plate, I think the best choice would be to go to our mob connection to be like, hey, or even just get a car. I'm sure that would be a lot easier to be like, hey, do you have a spare car or something that we could borrow versus, I mean, Roderick's car is probably just, again, it's the easiest. We were in Roderick's car, I think, initially when we staked out Marbus's house.
That's true.
But that's the only time we've used his car. Every time else we've been in the rental since that point. Because when we went back, we were in a different car. We were in the rental car.
Okay.
And it was Deacon's rental car because it had all of his guns in it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Franky, it might not be a bad idea to see if we can.
All right, what's the proper term? A burner car? It's like a burner phone.
We will handle those next.
If that's the case, the rental car is probably sitting at the Trevelino Mall and has long since been destroyed.
That's probably true.
You're not getting that deposit back.
Okay, yeah. Let's.
I mean, you guys would have also had a rental car of your team, probably. You would probably not have easy access to. You would know where Deacon's car is, and you would have a key. You probably aren't in Deacon's car currently because when you left the encounter group, you would have been in a rental car.
Yes. Yeah.
So you would know where Deacon's car would be, and you could go get it if you wanted to.
Franky is going to call his brother Victor Fontaine, who is also a part of the mob. He's probably older brother, higher up.
You work with Johnny Bananas?
Vic Fontaine.
All right, you can call your brother.
Go say, hey, Vic, it's Franky.
Yeah, caller ID told me that.
Why is everyone I call gotta be a dick?
They're mobs.
It's like because it's Cody.
Yeah, right.
Also,
I'm here in Boston. I'm here in Boston on a mission for the boss. So we're trying to get a hold of a burner car.
Are you sure?
Am I sure what?
That the boss sent you?
Yeah.
Are you on anything?
No. You know this. I've been clean for 5 years, man.
Cause everybody's been kind of looking for you. Where you been these last few days?
I told you I'm in Boston.
Okay, what are you doing there? If I gotta send a car to pick up your high and drunk ass, that's fine.
No,
but just
not
know
even.
There's gonna be hell to pay when you get home.
What do you mean? The boss sent me. I talked to Mr.
Franky.
Falcone last week.
Franky, he's kind of curious where you're at. It's kind of, not. I mean, I understand we don't punch time cards and shit, bro, but they kind of like to know where you're at until you just fuck off for the last few days.
I don't know what you mean. Literally last week I had a brief with the boss, and that's why I'm here.
All right, I'll get you a car, but you need to come home.
Okay.
All right, where are you at?
I will tell him where I'm at.
All right. Higher low, Daniel.
Hi.
I get you a car tomorrow morning.
That's better. I mean, that's pretty quick.
Okay, go see Sal on 5th Street. We'll have a car for you.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Click. Not gonna see him soon. Probably ever again. I feel like a day's pretty good to get a burner car.
So are we waiting around a day?
I'd kind of rather not.
I mean, if you guys want to take off now and I just forget the burner car, it's entirely up to you guys. I don't care.
We need to figure out our cell phone situation too. Need to get some burners there. call your boy back up.
You don't gotta call someone to get those. You just go buy them.
Go to Walmart.
Just go buy a track phone.
It's 2015. Just go buy an Obama phone.
You don't buy Obama phones. Those are given to you. We're gonna have to wait till the morning for an Obama phone.
Thanks, Obama phone.
Is it like movie phone?
Yes.
It's like Seer phone.
Definitely, yeah. Get some new phones. I'm not against waiting around for a day, but we should be productive if we do that.
I agree.
I mean, sit down and read all our I guess.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, only one person has to read it then. We've got plenty of time.
Okay.
The only reason why we was going to have to split it up was because it was just, a short drive. So.
Well, I thought we also talked about splitting it up so that not all the information is sat in one brain.
I mean, that's true too. My whole thing was just because I thought it was going to be a longer drive, so we would have had to take longer time to read it, but that wasn't the case. If it's a 4 or 5 hour drive and it only takes 4 to 5 hours to read the files, then it's whatever you guys want to do. If we want to split it up, we can split it up. That's
Do we
fine.
have a sanity tank?
At this point, probably not.
Probably not.
Also, if I fail a sand check, I go blind, so I can't read.
Okay, so Franky's not. Why the did you choose blindness?
Because it went with me getting poked in the eye with a syringe.
I like the dedication to the role play. Damn you.
What's your sand level?
I can't, right?
It absolutely could be.
70? Well, we regained a bunch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 70. Huh.
So the three of us are pretty close. You're the highest. I'm next, and then Lucas.
I feel
So
like I did something wrong.
No, he gave us back a bunch of sense.
yeah,
Okay.
we got back a decent amount. Yeah.
'Cause I think I was close to my next breaking point, but because we got some back,
I feel like, I mean, in character, I would definitely be interested in reading the book.
The file or the book?
Yes.
Okay.
Franky will be the designated driver then, because
I'm already very experienced in an occult. I mean, I'm an intel analyst. Like, I'm about gathering intel. So,
That makes sense.
even knowing I might go crazy, like, hey, it's the roll of the dice, literally.
I have some people I
to.
want to follow up on, like try to get some more information about. So
Okay.
I'm okay doing that. Just doing some Googling. Can you get a burner phone that can access the internet?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be more ideal to like get money out of an ATM and pay cash for the phone.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
So whatever the safest way is to get.
Should we be concerned about his phone call?
We don't know that conversation.
Yeah,
happened.
you guys don't know what happened.
Clearly, he was like, "What do you mean?" But none of us have inquired about why he was arguing with his brother or whoever.
Or being the fact that he placed the call.
Well, no. I meant the conversation itself.
Okay. Well, yeah, probably. I mean, the mob knows where we are.
But I just mean there obviously was a discrepancy where he thinks he should be and where they think he should be.
But again, your
So-
characters wouldn't know that because Franky would not have revealed that because he just thinks his brother is nuts. So
And we did
You
lose some time, right?
you basically just
So-
heard him talking about, yeah, the boss sent me last week. Like, that's pretty much what you guys got from it, was he was just arguing with his brother. And he got you a burner car tomorrow morning, 5th Street. Whether the car's going to be there or not, that's...
It's going to be Trevelino Mall 2. More sadness.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. So we're going to Walmart.
Okay.
Getting some phones.
Yep.
Withdrawing cash first.
Yeah.
From the ATM. I'm going to also get myself Butterfinger because
All
I've
right.
earned it.
You've been a good boy.
I have.
Got to make sure you use your Halo code on the Butterfinger.
So we have the rental car. So presumably I have my gear in the rental car. I would put that into Roderick's car. I'll probably bring it into. Are we holding up in the abandoned house, or are we going elsewhere?
Yeah, because we got to have somewhere to stay tonight.
Probably if we have the keys to Roderick's car. Oh no, his place was above his grandpa's, so that might be weird for us to try to crash his place.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just a little wary about staying in the house
What?
that we spontaneously woke up in.
What with his grandson being connected to the cartel and murdered like 6 days ago? Yeah, probably a little weird.
And didn't
And the fact he doesn't know any of you four fuckers.
Wesley say that we had talked to the grandpa? So the grandpa's probably on the program's radar. Am I dreaming that?
Wesley.
Yeah, your previous character.
The one who went for a swim.
Yeah.
Remember, he talked to Winston and you said that we followed up on the grandpa, but we didn't. So I think that's burned for no damn reason.
Okay, yeah,
You
you're
wanna-
probably right. Yeah,
Would you like to look at obituaries for the last few days?
Oh, grandpa, no. Hey, it's open. Go hang out.
not Grandpa Butler,
Oh, grandpa.
who was actually the son of Twitty Butler.
R.I.P. The lineage is dead.
From what I gather, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Daniel's not only killing his characters, he's killing the legacy. I'm burning that family tree at the roots.
And the branches.
It's probably
And the
for the
trunk.
best. It really is probably for the best. Let's stay in the abandoned house. What all information did you get on that?
On what?
The house? Do you
It
remember?
was painted recently. I think the most recent folks in there were painters.
Did you get anything about like an open house? Is there any signs out front that we see about an open
There was
house?
signage and stuff, but nothing for an open house.
We think it was bank owned, right?
Yeah, it's bank owned.
Yeah.
It's being in the process of being
Johnson
flipped.
Painters.
Yeah.
Let's just do a quick Google search of if like there's any open houses coming up or any.
Yeah, I mean, Gideon had already looked at. There are no open houses coming up until the
Let's-
weekend anyway. I think
Yeah.
today's like
No one
Wednesday
has
or
been
something.
through it. 3 days ago, photos were taken.
Open houses
Painters
are
were in
always on
before.
Sundays.
I mean, people can still call and come see the house, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it just
suppose, yeah.
depends on the realtor and how they operate.
I think we'll be fine.
I mean, someone needs to take care of that demonic sigil.
I mean, squatters' rights, right?
Let's
Door
get to
was
squatting.
open.
Well, anyone who's going to take care of the demonic sigil is dead. Well, maybe not Edgar. Character's name? Reginald. Got it. Okay.
Edgar.
I don't know why I thought Edgar. Reginald.
Hey, Stevie.
Reginald he's probably the only one that's even slightly interested in the occult, right?
I don't know if any of the other guys have any occult or not.
Not Franky.
I do quite a bit.
Well, like I said, anyone who knows anything about getting rid of the sigil is probably going to have occult knowledge, which Franky doesn't. So,
I mean, if it's here, we could try to summon
whose sigil was it again?
Malphus.
The builder.
Are you going into the house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're all in the house.
We're in the house.
It's afternoon. You've gotten new phones.
Mm-hmm. I have my
You've
gear
swatched
with
a
me.
car. What gear?
I have a pistol and a shotgun. It's on my character sheet.
Sweet.
And some Kevlar armor,
Sweet.
which I'm wearing just in case.
Just in case.
I'm just kind of looking out the window.
I don't think I rolled for gear. I don't
That's
think
my
I took
next
gear for this
character's
game.
name.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I got a 9mm.
Cute.
It's cute.
Kevlar didn't do for me the last character, so I didn't bother with it.
Never know.
Malthus wasn't the builder.
What is it?
What is it? His office is to build up towers.
You just said build.
Right, but that doesn't make him a builder.
Oh my god.
His office is to build up towers and to furnish them with ammunition and weapons and to send men of war. Listen, that wording, his office is to build up towers, followed by him furnishing them with ammunition and weapons, can mean
So what is your
He's-
descriptor for him?
he's a general. Building up towers does not necessarily mean he's physically building something. He's building up towers
All of a sudden, we're getting
He's building
metaphorical.
up defense.
He's building up a tower full of men of war. Basically, he's a general. That's how I read it. But you guys can.
Let's move on.
Okay, I mean, because there's plenty of demons in here that say his office is to build up something.
Reginald,
Yeah.
are you doing anything in particular?
Uh,
Just chilling as they argue about demonology.
In my Kevlar.
Flynn's like, shame, loading the slugs into it, racking them.
I don't know if the people connected to the McAllister house, the information we got that from Google searches or somewhere else?
What about like who built it? When
Like
they
the
built it?
Lundines and Darabandi and all that stuff.
I think a lot of that was Google search.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
D100 roll try, if you don't mind.
I do.
Okay, well, don't.
Maybe it's gonna be for treats.
Have you played Delta Green before?
Not well.
20.
Okay.
Ooh.
Adrian, what are you doing?
My plan was to read more of this file.
Okay. You sit down and read the file.
Oh yeah, that's right. We had the file to read.
I'm reading whatever we haven't read yet.
So you're sitting down and reading the file.
Correct.
Okay, I got that. Flynn, what's Gideon doing?
I am going to on my burner phone, I have stripped the SIM card out of my other phone. It's deactivated. I am going to search on my burner phone for where do I want to start?
See if you can steal someone's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably have folks with technical skills in here, SIGINT and stuff like that. You can do stuff like hack, the neighbor's Wi-Fi or something if you really wanted to.
Yeah. We'll get some internets. I would like to do a search for
Big wet butts.
no, not yet.
He's telling you the password. It's a single guy.
Oh, okay.
No, I listened to Pat McAfee's show, and they talk about somebody in the office has been Googling big wet butts on people's computers and just leaving it open. So it just popped in my head.
I mean, that's better than my job. Someone's been Googling something about breastfeeding. It's kind of creepy. We have like 3 females at our workplace, so the chances of it actually being a female is very, very low.
Did we search for J.C. Lentz? I think we did. He was a writer of weird fiction, disappeared in 1930s.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know how much information we actually got on him, but I know we did look into him.
I'm gonna look up Mosby. Try to.
Just Google search.
Yeah. Just kind of cursory Google search with the clues that I have. I don't know if we got a first name, but connections to operations in Paris, 1800s.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Using the neighbor's Wi-Fi.
Big wet butts.
roll SIGINT,
Roll
Troy.
sand. What have I found?
Nope.
You notice you're not connected to the Wi-Fi.
Big wet butts.
I'm sure.
Exclamation point.
I'm sure there was more than one Wi-Fi.
I mean, can I just use like 5G?
I mean, you could go to a Starbucks and get it for free.
I don't know if burner phones have 5G,
That's probably fair.
but I mean 4G, still good.
We're here for a while.
You don't find anything. I'll look for a few things, but nothing pops up in a quick Google search kind of a situation.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just realized Franky's age is 23, and he said he's been clean for 5 years, so that means he was a junkie when he was 18.
Possible.
Or you could
I
be
mean,
a
it
fucking
happens.
liar like a junkie sometimes is too.
That's true, too. Who knows?
So Lucas, you're reading. Franky, what are you doing?
Franky bought the cheapest track phone he could find at Walmart because he's not rich, and he's playing Snake on it.
Doot. You're reading nothing on Mosby, so I guess really action's kind of back to you, Flynn. Are there other things you want to look at? I'll look and see if Gideon finds anything, but I don't think he does.
Okay. I, frustrated at the lack of information on Mosby, but not surprised, I'm gonna pull out the seer phone.
Okay.
Star 616.
Everyone roll sand. Or sorry, not sand. Everyone roll alertness.
Okay.
Success.
Got him.
Fail. Nope. Oh, gotta check that skill. Tire those dice early. I did.
You all are sort of sitting around. You've got a lamp on. You're reading. You're all probably also getting hungry, I would imagine. Franky is playing on his phone. Doot. You're kind of digging around looking for the seer phone, and the rest of you see or you all kind of are drawn to Reginald, who is like standing awkwardly in the hallway of the room and is like staring intently at the stairs. Kind of go up, right? It's a 2-story house, and so you've got kind of a sideboard or a buffet table or something, and you sort of see him sort of. He just kind of jerks as if he was spaced out for a little bit.
Hey, Reggie, all right?
I don't know. I guess I feel like I had a vision.
Go on.
It's weird. Like I saw the lady in the pamphlet.
Abigail?
No, in the pamphlet, in the
He's pointing towards the
realtor.
The side table. There's like brochures about the house, and there's like a 1-page slick,
Oh.
which is like got a picture of the house, and he's pointing to
Sorry.
he's pointing to there, you know, it's kind of got a 1x1 or 2x2 picture of a young blonde woman. I think it's Patricia McSwain, I think is what I told you before. I'd have to go back and look. Patricia McSwain, realtor, Century 21, that kind of thing. He seems to be pointing it at that table full of informational brochures.
You saw her at the top of the stairs?
No, like I said, I had a vision, I guess.
What was she
She
doing?
was driving. She's like driving and she's in a Jaguar, I think.
Make pretty good bank as a realtor.
I mean, yeah, probably. Hair blowing in the wind. That's really kind of it. And I feel like I heard Bale.
King Bale or Timmy Bale?
I mean, yes.
Did they actually sound different? I don't know if you even made that
I think
distinction.
they did. I mean, I think they're discrete entities.
I don't think so.
What did he say?
It sounded authoritative.
I'm pretty sure when we met King Bale, like he looked like Timothy Bale.
You look, but like
believe those
in
things.
demeanor, I mean, Timothy Bale, the patient, was a broken man, and King Bale was a king.
Well, sure.
King Bale has a hoarsely voice, according to the description from the Ars Goetia.
What did he say?
Just once.
And then you snapped out of it.
Yeah.
Were you like a passenger in the car?
Don't think so.
Did you get a sense of where the voice was coming from?
Like whispering, like he was standing next to me.
How'd that D4 roll go?
Lost 2.
On our way to the breaking point.
I got some distance.
So that's new. That's
Were you looking at anything? Like, do you feel like anything triggered it, or
I just
kind of hit?
looking at the pamphlet, and then that just kind of happened.
Well, I don't think her name's demonic.
Are we sure?
I don't know. I don't know of any Irish demons named McSwain.
Well,
Playing a lot of League of
well,
Legends, and Swain
I
is
mean,
kind of a
Old Lucifer
demon lord.
McSwain.
sometimes they'll have like a name in parentheses that's more common, like with the head nurse at the Dorchester house.
Lucas, as you're reading, what is more important, the front matter, the back matter, or the play?
Well, I'm not reading the play, that's for sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to read through as much of it as I can.
Well,
without-
right. Are you just starting from beginning to end?
Yeah.
Okay. Just asking if
Just
there
trying to
was a
see
part you
what,
wanted to
trying to
focus
see
on.
what we missed, and clearly
Sure.
there's things in there we haven't read at all. So
Right. No, I know what you're saying. I was just curious because I will provide clues in different orders depending on how you.
yeah, I'm trying to go front to back, ignoring the play entirely because I don't want
Yes.
to read the play.
Patricia
No.
McSwain.
Reginald
realtor.
wants to read the play. He can read the play. That's fine.
Okay. You're gonna be out of it for a little bit, but I'm going to read you a large chunk of information if you'd like. The first part primarily deals with deuxième bureau information.
Why don't
I
you
don't have
note
a-
it,
I don't
mother?
have a notebook.
Trying to do.
Trust the moleskin.
So the Deuxième Bureau, as we've talked about before, is kind of a French government service. Oh wait, you don't speak French.
Google
You
Translate.
see a lot of French.
Would I not-
Download
can
Magic
I-
Glass.
Yeah, can I get Magic Glass on my phone and just do?
Sure.
Take a while to read that way, but I'll do it.
Some of it is translated. Sure. Let's make luck roll. Over or under.
Under.
Okay. Apparently, you are able to make it work between that and the translated bits. So, 6 May 1985. Hold on, let me double check something. Yes. 6 May 1985 is the first documented identification of unnatural events associated with Le Roi en Jeune that occur in Paris. So, this 6 May 1895, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I realized I said 1985.
I was like,
you did, and I was
So,
like,
you're about a century off.
wasn't that long ago. But
So at one point I want to show this to you guys because some of this is broken down like in a legitimate, like it's broken down in what do I want to say? Like a college paper or something. Like it's text with subnotes and text to let me know here are the events in chronological order. Here's where players can find information on those events. So I'm trying to read the footnotes while also reading others. And so sometimes it's like this book published in 1997 is where they can find information about something that happened in 1402. Like, so I'm bouncing back and forth between dates. My apologies. So yes, 6 May 1895 is the first documented identification of unnatural events involved with the play The King in Yellow. So this is when it's brought to the Deuxième Bureau's attention. Between May and July of 1895, you find documented more than 200 murders, suicides, or general disappearances. And it is believed that 2 members of the French government fall under the influence, as far as what they call it, kind of this influence. 12th July is the death of President Jean Casimir Perrier's personal secretary, Marie-Ange Revedin. This is when they begin to investigate Le Roi en Jeune more carefully and begin to burn physical copies wherever they can. They believe the book was written by a foreigner, someone they call Auteur X or just X. 18 July 1895, there are plans for a live performance announced by Les Coquilles Côtes, which translates as the Poppies. It appears to be some sort of Parisian acting group, right? Obviously advertised, blah, 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 looks like August. I believe somebody could Google this. The Sûreté, which I believe is French police. Surete. The Sûreté issue a special alert for anyone fitting the description of an auteur X.
Spell again?
Surete. I think it's Parisian police. It's been a long time since I've studied. Sûreté is how it's pronounced. I can Google it in a minute if I need to. 6th August, rehearsals begin. Agents stake out the theater in hopes of finding X, but he does not appear. 23rd August, the show opens to sold out crowds and is the talk of Paris. It's nearly impossible to secure a ticket. There's documentation in there that the Deuxième Bureau permitted the show to continue in hopes of capturing the author.
What was the date on that? Sorry.
23rd August.
You're right.
The Sûreté, I believe, is French police, right? Specifically Parisian police, I think.
Well,
I don't know if they're national or not.
yes.
They are national?
Yes. Especially from what I'm gathering, especially back then.
So this, like I said, this is the Deuxième Bureau and everybody else getting involved. This is the equivalent in modern times of the FBI getting involved kind of a thing. So it was a big deal. Throughout the 23rd through the 30th of August, 1895, obviously rave reviews, folks report audience members fainting, having to be escorted out. Tickets sell at outrageous prices on the secondary market. On the 30th of August is the last performance because the Deuxième Bureau instructs Parisian police to basically break it up. They charge the stage, cast members are arrested. Moments before the raid, the show is disrupted by strangely dressed English-speaking intruders who draw firearms on stage. They apparently, by all reports, they drew firearms, ran off the stage, stage, pursued by, quote, men from China and a masked rifleman in black. And that'll take you a little while to get through, but that'd be the first couple hours of what you can figure out. Any questions about any of that? Any additional notes for the Moleskin, since Flynn is the only one rapidly taking notes?
So the DB broke up the play and tried to
Did arrest many members of the cast.
members. But before they were able to go,
Before the raid, this sort of bizarre situation occurs where strange-dressed, English-speaking intruders draw guns, run across the stage, chased by men from China and a masked rifleman in black.
Say anything about the dress, or just that's the description?
Just the description. There appears to be no photographic evidence in the part of the Deuxième Bureau file, given its age. And like I said, there's probably a modern write-up, and between the two, Lucas, you're able to kind of figure out. Keep forgetting Adrian. Adrian's kind of able to parse the bits together.
I guess my only question to that is, and I probably wouldn't even be able to figure that out through this. At that time, the amount of English-speaking people there, is that normal, or would they have
1895?
come in port, or did these people just show up through a portal?
Now, I mean, you personally have had experience running into a portal on stage, so
Right.
you do that. In terms of like historical perspective, I can tell you that is the turn of the century in Paris was a landmark. This is where you start getting Moulin Rouge. This is where you get like fucking Hemingway and these guys. They start like all these people descend on Paris as the center of like art and industry. In about 5 more years, it's going to explode. I in fact did my senior theatrical thesis on a play where like this almost exactly happened in real life. Like they said something like they had to escort people out because it said the play was so outrageous that it drew mockery and divisiveness. Like this is not an unusual thing. If it were not for what you were talking about, this kind of was happening in Paris all the time. But it's weird that there would be interest from the Deuxième Bureau and the Sûreté, and that they burn copies, and that they're assigning over 200 deaths and influence of the government to this exact situation.
And did I get that correct, that from May to July, there are the 200 murder-suicide
Correct.
disappearances? So that's not even counting whatever is going to happen after this play is actually staged to great success
Right.
for several
No.
days.
Yeah, no, we
We
don't.
didn't get there. Yeah,
No,
or it's not there.
not in the file. The file is strictly with, we are dealing with a situation. Here's what the situation arose. Here were the actions we took. Here's the consequences. Our title track and additional musical arrangements were provided by friend of the podcast, Ian Shannon. Find more of his work at sleepfortheweary.com. Like what you heard? Check out more episodes online at rancorsbrothel.com or the Rancors Brothel on Facebook. You can also interact with other listeners at the Fans of the Rancors Brothel Facebook page. Want to contact us? Reach out to @Rancors_Brothel on Twitter or via email at therancorsbrothel@gmail.com. Most of all, keep circulating the tapes. Much love, everyone.